video man. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right. Talk about a couple of things, and I'm going to also answer a question, and then we'll talk like we normally do. You know what I mean? We shall chat like we normally do, Magnus sites. All right, let me share this. All right. Talk about a couple of things, and I'm going to. You're about to find out real quick over on YouTube how to get banned. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so first I want to start this out and do a Magnus answers that I was just like, yeah, like wait till y'all hear this email, right? Because and now this dude sent this to me a while ago, but he sent me something today. So, or the other day or whatever. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, brother. Let's see. Here it is. Let me see. Okay, so he sent this to me today. But he sent me an email a few months ago. And brother, I hope that I am wrong about this. Because the way it's written, homeboy sound like a dog to the bone. Okay? So check this out, right? So listen to this. It says, hey, Tyrone, I wanted to see if you could have me on Magnus Answers. Hey, Tyrone, listen, I currently have a girlfriend. We've been dating for 3 years. I left my ex-wife for her. He didn't say I got with her after, you know, my first marriage or whatever marriage that was for him, you know. So it makes it sound like this chick, like he was having an affair, like he left his wife for her. Now watch this, right? That first mistake, right? So then he says, I left my ex-wife for her, but now I just met this other chick that I'm highly interested in. Dog. Literally. What the? She already asked me out. I don't want to cheat on my girl, but don't know how the hell to tell her. Please give me some advice, and thank you. Keep doing your thing. Oh, God. I'm waiting for your reply. 1 million subscribers, woo. I don't know if he must have sent this a while ago, or he was still, I don't know. Anyway, so, dog. What do you mean you don't know what the fuck to do? Don't cheat on your fucking girl. You've been with her for 3 years. But you with her because you apparently was fucking with her and left your wife for her. These women don't learn nothing with you, huh? The wife probably learned, you know, and look, there's two stories, the two sides to everything. You know, maybe Maybe your wife was a bitch and she was fucking around on you too. Who knows? But I'm always going to talk to you like I'm a friend or your family member. And so control your dick is my advice. Control your fucking dick. You were married to someone and you left her for another woman that now you're with for 3 years, and now all of a sudden it's happening again. You ain't married, but now it's happening again. Apparently, you were highly interested in the girl that you're with now, enough to the point where you left your wife for her. And now you don't know what to do. I'm thinking you probably fucking this other chick or already did by now. And either your girl found out, maybe she didn't, but you either with your ex right now or you with the new girl or another one. Dog, I can't believe he asked me that. Like, what do you think? What do you think I'm gonna tell you? You've been watching Magnus Answers for a certain amount of time to write me. What do you think I'm gonna tell you to do? Oh, nigga, so what you should do is fuck this chick on the side and don't tell your girl. Or, matter of fact, what you need to do is maybe the chick you with, nigga, maybe she a freak. See if the other one a freak too. Make sure they meet some form of fashion. See if you can hook up the threesome. That way you fucking them both, nigga. Like, what does he want me to tell him? You see what I'm saying? Oh, man. You know, sometimes I'm just like, I just don't know. Like, I never tell my boys to come to me for advice about doing something wrong. Because I'm always going to tell you to do right. I'm not that type of person. Could I be? Yeah. I can think of some good ideas sometimes. But I'm not that type of guy. I'm a loyal man. And, when I am with someone. And, I'm not going to get my boy or my family or my friends in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Now, next. So this the second thing I want to talk about. Now I've answered that. I should actually send him a message. Like, bro, I just answered your message from say, brother, I just answered your question from February. This dude. Okay, so now I'm not here to look. So I'm gonna ask you, for those of y'all that have been watching me for a while, I'm gonna ask you what's wrong with this picture. Now, if you don't have a problem with the picture, I get it. Okay? And no, it's not that it's an interracial couple in the picture. That's not the issue. So I'm going to tell you how I came across the picture and what my reaction was to it. Because I was going through my phone and I was like, oh, look at this. And I said, oh, this is a good topic. Here it is. Okay, so for a guy like me, because I need to preface it, for a guy like me, what's wrong with this picture? For me. If y'all been following me long enough, you're going to know, but it's not apparent right away. Well, that's one of them. 49,251. Exactly, neighborhood Spider-Man. Y'all know me. You see, y'all know me. Y'all know right away. So this girl had sent this to me, and when she had sent it to me, Because I like, she had said a while back, she said something to the fact of, I'm in the bed thinking about you, and I wish you were in bed with me, and I do this, you know. So, hey, it's the thought that counts. So I get it. She wants to be, playful and sexual with me and this and that. I get it. Didn't have a problem with that. But I told her, I said, hey, I remember I said, hey, I get it. But just do me a favor. Don't ever come up behind me like that and bite my ear or kiss me or lick the back of my neck, anything like that. And I told her right away why. I didn't wait for her to say, well, wait, what's wrong with that? I told her, I said, because it makes me feel feminine to be approached from behind. Because I'm a dominant male during sex. When girls do things to me like that, like, how girls, when you start getting close, girls will try to mess with you, run up behind you and hump your ass, stuff like that, grabbing your ass, smacking your ass. I'm not down with that. And there's like, you can find the little memes and like vines and stuff like that out there where dudes are getting their asses grabbed by girls and it bothers them. Now, it's funny, but it's not funny at the same time, like when it happens to you and you're a guy that's dominant sexually. If you don't mind being submissive sexually, it's not going to bother you. I got a homeboy, I ain't going to say who he is, but he knows who he is. I got a homeboy who likes a finger in his ass. Now, when I found this shit out, he was right there. No, I didn't see it. He was right there. His girlfriend told me. And because they were very open sexually. They're fucking freaks. And she goes, yeah, some guys like that. And he fucking without skipping a beat, he was like, that shit feels good, cuz. No! Okay? You cannot do those type of things to me. You cannot eat my ass. You cannot finger my ass. You can grab it if I'm on top. And, you're holding on for dear life. I understand. I get that. But do not try to stick anything in it. If I happen to be laying on my stomach, which is rare, like I'm a guy, like sometimes I'll kind of lay on my side. Like, just don't come up from behind me. Because if I feel a pelvis on my ass, and then I feel lips on my neck, I'm like, no, babe, get off. No. So most of the time when I'm in bed, if I'm with a girl, I'm laying on my back, If she wants to come, she wants to lay her head on my chest, she can talk to me, she can kiss my chest and neck and stuff like that. She can do that. Even if she's facing me, she can come up and bite my ear. She can do that. But I just don't like to be approached from behind. That's my, and no, before you psychos that dig too much into anything, no, it ain't no damn insecurity. I'm just a dominant male. Okay? That's just how it is. All right? So I know there's dudes out there that don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Now, not some more. What is her name? Who got the Oscar for thank you for the tip, brother. Who got the Oscar for Precious? What's her name? Monique. So Monique was doing a joke where she was talking about, when you with your man, you can do a little special for him. So the whole joke is about eating a dude's ass. But the way she tells it, she's testing him. Because she said, I think, did she say in the joke you could get punched, knocked out? Like, I think I could be mixing two jokes up with two different, comedians, but I'm not sure. So anyway, but she talks about like coming up behind him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all saw Queens of Comedy, you saw it. And like she talks about kissing him. Like you start out kind of like kissing him on the back of his neck. and like going down. Like you can't even get there with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I sit there laughing when I saw the joke, but I was just like, no, 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 no. And there's dudes that I met a heavyweight boxer, ain't scared of nobody. And I'll never forget it. He was an old head. He was in his 50s. He actually was trained by Muhammad Ali. This dude was good. And there's another dude that I worked with that was there. Old pimp ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But married and settled down, but business, doing business. So I'm talking to these two older brothers. I'll never forget this. We are leaving our job and we're walking in the parking lot. I'm not going to even do what he did because it'll make me feel bitch made to do it. So they're talking about eating ass. I don't understand. I don't know how we got on it, but we were talking about eating ass. And I say, I can't have that done to me. And the boxer turns to me. He said, "What?" And I'm like, "No, it'd make me feel like a bitch if a girl did that to me. It'd make me feel feminine. I'm sorry, I know." And I said, "Would you?" And he goes, "Hell yeah." Yo, he did the whole touch your toes, put his ass up in the air. He said if a girl tell him she want to do that, he like, hell yeah. I was like, yo. Yo, me and the other dude were done. We were fucking crying. You see this heavyweight boxing old school cat that I ain't seen show fear to nobody do that shit. Like to know there's dudes out there that's knockout artists that like they ass ate is just, it's killing me. I'm like, what? Now the first time someone ever told me he had his ass ate was a guy named Jeremy. And I'm not going to say where I was working just in case it calls him out. But Jeremy was real good. Jeremy was a white dude. By the way, the other two guys, they were black. This dude was a white dude. And me and him used to talk all the time. He was my manager somewhere. And so he's telling me, he's like, yeah, I let my wife, but this is before we were calling it eating ass. This is just before when it was something you might have heard about, but it wasn't mainstream. See, eating ass is mainstream right now. You know what I mean? Like everybody's doing it. But back then, you know, you might have seen it in a porno from time to time, but it was, you know, something you would forget. Well, he says to me, I let my wife eat my ass, or lick my ass last night. I was like, what? Wait, I was like, you let her do what? He was like, she wanted to lick my ass. And I was like, what? I was like, I understand. Like, and then so first, you know, your mind starts thinking, I'm like, okay, well, how and why and what position were you in? Like, I'm thinking, he says, I was laying on my side. Because I didn't know. I'm like, were you laying on your back with your legs open? Did you have your ass in the air like a bitch? Like, what were, you know? So he says, I was laying on my side. And he said, you know, she wanted to do it. And I said, well, so he shows me how he was reacting as he's telling the story. I felt like he didn't mean to, but it was just part of telling the storytelling. He told me, he was like, and I say to him, I said, hey, man, I said, I couldn't let a girl do that. I said, I think I would feel like a chick. Like, it'd make me feel feminine, like a bitch. And he was like, it did kind of make me feel like that. He said, he was like, it did kind of make me feel like that. Like, he felt like, it was almost like he liked it, but he didn't want to accept the fact that he liked it. And it made him feel like a woman. You know what I'm saying? So, man, let me tell you this other story. So here's another one. Now, this one's about a big, rough, and tough football player. See, and I had heard something about this dude, and I was like, oh well, this confirmed the shit now. I ain't gonna give too many details because I know people that know him, and I know him. Like I know him. You know what I mean? And so, so I happened to be talking to his ex-girlfriend one day, and she's talking about this because she was like, he was like certain things that he did that just sometimes she would be like, well, I don't know. He might go both ways or something. So she said, um, he likes me to eat his ass. And I'm sitting there like, what? Well, first of all, let me back up for a second too and tell y'all the the two girls did all right, let me tell the story first. Because I wanted to kind of explain, because the first time I ever had a chick come up to me from behind and grab me around my waist was with a particular ex-girlfriend. This had never happened with any other girl I had ever been in a relationship with. So, and she got offended. I was like, and I wasn't mean about it, but I was just like, baby, I don't like that. It makes me feel feminine. You, this, you, that. Okay. But she was used to being um, dominant with her men. See, that's just the thing. She was used to being dominant with her men. So I think that was a thing. Plus, her parents were like that. Her dad was like the female, and her mom was the male. I remember when I met the chick's parents, I was like literally the first day that I met her parents, I was like, well, he's the woman and she's the man. Because, that goes a little bit deeper, but like the mom was literally sitting on the couch with her feet up like a guy would. And then she had her arm around the father. And the father was sitting like this, with his legs crossed, like he was cold, with his legs crossed, and feet grapevine. That's a whole lot of femininity in one man. Got what I'm saying? But that's another story. And then the second girl, the one who sent me that picture, the more I had talked to her, I started to like just the way she would talk to me, I knew that she was used to being sexually dominant with her men. She was used to dominating her men sexually. She would say stuff to me that wouldn't work. Like a girl can't say to me, like I remember the first time she said this, I was like, okay, so she's used to being dominant. I get what she's doing, but it's not going to work on me. So she says to me, she says something like, she said, I think she wanted to start sexting me and sending me nudes. So she said something like, I'm like laying here in the bed naked. And I was like, oh, really? And I think this is kind of how the conversation went. And she goes, she was like, do you want to see? And I was like, sure. And she says to me, how bad do you want to see it? And I was just like, no. It doesn't work on me. I can't kind of like be led by my dick. I'm not controlled in that fashion. You know what I mean? Like I've had girls tell me, well, I'm coming over, but you ain't getting none tonight. Who said I wanted some? You know what I mean? Like I've seen it happen too much to other guys early in life that I kind of learned, don't let your dick control you. Now a woman can turn me on in other ways. You know what I mean? There's other ways to talk to me that works on me. I ain't gonna exactly tell y'all, but I'm saying there's ways to talk to me. I'm a dominant male. I like submissive women. So, and no, I'm not talking about doormats for y'all that's sensitive and shit. But I like sexually submissive women. So there's a specific way to talk to me to get me going. And there's a few other times where she was like, I don't know. It was just the way she said stuff to me. I was like, why does she keep coming off as dominant? I was like, this is not going to work sexually if she does not figure out that I am not. I can't be dominated, and I'm also not a beta male, so it's like it doesn't work on these things. Don't There's a certain way to talk to me. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I got like two more stories. So anyway, the football player, right? So she talked to me about their sex life a little bit, and she says, Tyrone, there's certain things that make me, wonder about it. I'm like, well, what? And she was like, well, he likes me to eat his ass, and I'm like, hmm. And it automatically made me think of the story that I had heard about him, which I'm not going to tell because if anyone knows him and they know this, they're going to know right away who I'm talking about. So, and I know people that I know watch me, so I'm gonna talk about the story, but so I was like, okay, well, she was like, Tyrone, though. And I was like, what? She was like, the way he gets ready for it. And I'm like, what do you mean the way he gets ready for it? She says, Tyrone, he bends over like a chick and spreads his butt cheeks for me. I was like, what? She said, arch in his back and everything. I said, and whenever I see him, that story like flashes in my head. I saw him one time in the mall getting a fucking pedicure. And I was like, you know what? That's strike three. I'm sorry. Now look, I'm not calling you a bitch or bitch maid, but those the two stories and then that, kind of confirms something for me. You get what I'm saying? I got a family member that posted some shit talking about I can't wait to get a mani and a pedi. And I had already heard stuff about this dude, several stories about this dude for years. And I just never said nothing to him. I asked him a couple of times about it. And, so I was just like, you know what? Now you talking about getting a mani and a pedi. You get your eyebrows done. You photoshopping your pictures. Be taking pictures with the kissy face. Stuff like that. I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry. And all the time I know you, every once in a while, somebody telling me, hey, I'm like, nah, I didn't think so. He told me no. Yo, I heard word. I think, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to believe him because I knew him well. But maybe I didn't know him well enough or I was just ignoring the signs. And no, I'm not coming down on dudes for being gay. I'm just saying, don't hide the shit. Or if you're bisexual, don't hide it. You know what I mean? Um, what was the other one I was going to tell you? Hold on one second. Pee break real fast. I think I got another story for y'all. All righty. So, thank you for the tips. So, uh, what was I gonna say? Oh, so the chick that I used to go out with that, you know, was used to being dominant all the time. I'll never forget. I was like, let me see how far she's actually willing to go. So because she was bisexual also, and so I said to her one day, I was like, hey, babe, what if, what if, like, I wanted you one day to like put a strap on and do me? Would you do it? And she was like, this is exactly what she did. She was like, yeah. I was like, get it out your fucking head because it'll never happen. I was seeing how far you'd fucking go with this shit. You really do like being dominant, don't you? It turned you on to bust a nigga's ass in the anus. Huh? I was like, man, this chick, if she, oh my God. But over time, well, actually, she found out rather quickly. You know, women don't usually have to do much work with me. You know what I mean? There's only a couple things that I need. One I definitely need. It's only a couple things that I need. You know what I mean? I usually do most of the work with chicks. You know, they don't. You know, so usually sex is just really dependent on me and my performance. You know what I mean? As long as you can do at least one of the two things that I like, well, you good to go with me. But anyway, so yeah, man, these dudes with the ass eating, man. I don't know. I don't know how they, you know, like, like a woman's not gonna have me on my knees, you know, like, well, I don't know. Maybe well, it depends. It depends on what you're doing, but you know, y'all get the picture. I'm not submissive. What else we talking about tonight? What else we talking about tonight, y'all? Hmm? Hello, Miss Atheist. Love your channel. Nice to see you watching. Well, we ain't seen Vegeta versus Jiren yet, so you know. But we shall see. It should be good. What's up, Miss Scorpio? I see you in here. I see you in here. We could talk about why women are sensitive just about are sensitive just about everything. Well, I mean, I got to be fair. Men are in certain ways just as sensitive as women. We're just taught to really hide and curve our feelings, you know. Walk it off, don't say nothing about it, keep it inside, you know, stuff like that. It's one of the reasons why, you know, they live longer than us because they let that stress out by crying and hollering and saying what they got to say. But you know, it's true. You know, there's a lot of sensitive guys out there. You know, we've all got our sensitivities and things we don't like. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, women are usually the more, you know, and I guess you could say outwardly they show their sensitivity more than men do. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that'll hurt a man's feelings, but we play it off. You know, a girl will be like, that hurt me. Why'd you say that? You know, a guy won't do that because he'll feel as though he's losing power. You know, to let a woman know that she hurt you is just another way that she can control you. You know, that's one of the things with guys. So like girls, they're used to being sensitive. So you know, they don't they let it all out. It don't matter to them. Although I know I've met women that they won't show emotion because men have used it on them. They've turned it against them in the past. So I get that. But yeah. Guys don't like that. Because if a woman is manipulative and she likes to hurt you or get her way in specific ways, she will use it against you. You know, I would say if you're going to admit something, don't do it with someone that you trust, and don't do it too early in a relationship. Because most people are protecting themselves early in a relationship. Some people show all their damn cards right in the beginning. They wear their emotions on their sleeve, and seduction in the relationship game is it's a it's a game. It's a cat and mouse game. It's head play. It's a lot of brain games, going on. So it takes a while to learn. Something that a woman would say to you that would be sensitive to you would make you angry more than sad. Yeah, guys get angry when a woman hits them in a sensitive spot. We ain't gonna cry. You know what I mean? And some guys are real sensitive and they'll like tell a girl. Like this one chick showed me a video that her boyfriend sent her. And this is literally what the guy was doing. Because when she was telling me the story, this was in 2012. I'll never forget this because I was at IMTA, that acting contest. And I say to her at one point while she's telling me about him, I say, you run him, don't you? She was like, I do. She was like, I've already made him cry twice. I was like, you made him cry? She was like, I know I'm such a bad person. I was like, well, it's not even that. The fact that you made him cry twice. So the video that he sent her was him just like this. And ladies, I want to see ladies comment. If your boyfriend sent you a video like this, what would you do, and how would you think of him from then on? All right, here's the video. I saw myself in okay. All right. This is what he did. I miss you to the moon. Girls, you tell me, what would you do if you got that you might like it. But that's stuff that women usually send guys, and I've never heard a girl even tell me, I miss you to the moon. Hey, and I got homeboys that's there's a couple of them that coming up, they're a little sensitive about stuff. I was even have my sensitivities about stuff, and I had to learn to stop being like that. I had to learn to just handle my stuff. I was never a guy that was crying and you hurt me and oh baby, I miss you so much, but I still had my sensitivities that I had to learn to work with and on. One of the things is if you are a man that's raised by a woman, like if your father's not around, you start to take on certain feminine characteristics with how you deal with issues and how you go about things. So That's something I had to learn to deal with in my early 20s. I'm good now, but mhm. That don't matter what color you are. If you're raised by a single parent and she's a woman, you know, just like sometimes you don't see this that much, but you know, some girls that are raised by a father, or if they've got a ton of brothers, you'll see the influence. You know, they're tougher and rougher. You know what I mean? The way they talk to you, the way they deal with you, it's kind of like, you know, and that stuff's repulsive to me. Like, I didn't realize it until I had a girl act like a guy in front of me and kind of, but she was supposedly straight. You know what I mean? Like, I got a friend I want to bring on the show, and she's got a few brothers, and she does things like a guy. Like she'll say, you know, like, I don't give a fuck, whatever, you know, I don't care, fuck it, too bad. You know what I mean? Like when she's telling me stories about dealing with guys, she says things like a guy would to deal with the pain or the hurt or just to deal with the situation. And she's a virgin too. And I'm like, shit, you gonna stay a virgin? You keep acting like a dude like this. You know what I mean? Speaking of virginity, I just found out a friend of mine today is a virgin. I was like, what? I was like, you a virgin? Now, not in a bad way. Like, I was a virgin until I was 22. And I got a whole lot in after that. Caught up. But, you know, I was a virgin until I was 22. Grew up Jehovah's Witness. Very strict religious household. And I obeyed the rules. You know what I mean? But, and I remember because I was a socially awkward teen, and I was lanky, and you know, like I never got cracked on. Like girls never said I was ugly. Girls would say I was cute, but I was cute in the, you know, the friend type of way. I thought I was cute. Look at him. You know, that type of crap. But nobody wanted to go out with me. So to me, to tell you the truth, I'm glad I didn't have sex until I was in my early 20s because the what's man, I'm telling you, look, I'm telling any teens watching me right now, wait for as long as you can. Wait for as long as you can. At least wait until after high school. From my experience, because sex changes how you think. It changes your mindset about how you look at women. You will fundamentally kind of be the same with how you view women, but it changes things. It changes your standards. I'm telling you, like it's a different ball game. It changes your personality at a certain root base level. I'm telling you. And sometimes you can talk to somebody, it's like in high school, and you might not see them for a few months, you see them again, and like you might, yeah, he fucking now, ain't he? And yeah, your parents might be like, I think they are. Yeah, I think he is. I can tell from the way he's acting now. You know, it changes you. And my friend, when she told me, she was just like, yeah, she's been made fun of for it, and you know, she's had guys pressure her for her virginity. Some dude she told she was talking to, and he tried to get the virginity on the first date. I was like, dog, how stupid are you? Remember the girl who wrote me, whose question I answered a few days ago? That was like, see, in her arrogant ass. See, and that's why she got played because she was arrogant. Well, and it wasn't just that. Well, basically, for y'all, those of you that missed the live stream, she had told me that she started to date a professional basketball player, and he kept pressuring her for the virginity. He kept wanting her to have sex with him. And she's talking about how it was how it hurt, and how he was huge, and how it was blood all over the place, and she wasn't used to having sex. I think she had said, I think she maybe didn't even really know how to do oral. So it was kind of like when he would come into town, he would see her, and she was talking about, oh, I couldn't resist because, you know, at a certain point, you know, he's so hot, and I know he couldn't resist me because I'm so beautiful. And I was like, and I told her right in the middle, I was like, first of all, you wasn't so fucking arrogant and naive. You know what I mean? I think they say arrogance is a mixture of pride and ignorance or something like that. It's like, you know, you're a little bit too extra with yourself and you're fucking ignorant. You're naive. And she got what happens to a lot of chicks. They think that their beauty somehow buys them a pass with certain guys, and certain guys are going to treat them like, you know, the guy named Stanley with the glasses and the comb over. It's not going to happen because these guys are used to getting women like you. Okay? The guys that it clicks with, like, because I got a homeboy who he pulled a real good looking chick, and when she broke it off with him, it messed him up. And he says to me, man, I'll never pull one like that again, man. And I was like, bruh, trust me, I already went through that stage. I remember. I dated this badass Latina when I was around 19, 20. And at that point in my life, she was the most gorgeous thing I'd ever pulled. To the point where dudes was like, oh, you pulled her? I've been trying to get at her for years, you know what I mean? Well, she broke it off with me. It fucked me up. And I was kind of like, damn. Oh, man. But of course, you get older and you figure things out. Some guys never figure it out. If you can do it once, you can do it again. Okay? Same thing with ladies. Remember that. You pulled such a good guy, such a good looking, successful man once, you can do it again. Don't go into some damn depression because one got away. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Every single woman that I have either stopped dealing with through my own actions, like I'm done with you, or she has broken off with me, I thank my lucky stars. It was meant to be. And I'm telling you, don't worry about it. Don't cry over spilled milk. None of that stuff. Move on and find something as good or better. Never downgrade, though. Never downgrade. Find something as good or better. All right? How do you talk to a girl? How do you ask a girl out if they don't know you? Yeah, you're going to have to approach her. Spark up a conversation. And that's how you ask her out. Ask her for a number. If she's online, you're going to have to email her or, message her. Or like I do, once in a while, slide into their DMs. Why, hello. How are you? If they answer you, you got something going. Because girls ain't going to answer you if they're not interested. Well, at least the smart ones won't. There's some that are naive that are like, I said hi back to be nice. Don't do that with guys. Do not do that with guys. Leave guys alone. It's better off for you to take that, well, fuck you, bitch, or you ain't going to answer me, all that stuff. Take that and move on. Then answer him and not be interested. That's a tip for you women. All right? Never do nothing with a guy that is suspect of you being if it can go in the direction of a relationship and you don't want it to go there, don't do it with this guy. Okay? You know what I mean? Like, some guys, because they try too hard. Some guys try too hard. They beg you to do stuff with them. But they're always like, nah, yeah, I just want to do it as friends. You know the deal. You know the deal, girls. You know, deep in your gut, you know. So if it feels like it's wrong, like you shouldn't be doing it, don't do it. because the dude thinks he's inching his way in and he's still friend zoned. Don't do it to him. Don't hurt him like that. It's better for him to just take the rejection. And I know some dudes are like African dogs. Excuse me. They're relentless. They will just run you down until you're exhausted. I know that because I used to watch a lot of nature programs when I was a kid. I found out that African dogs will chase their prey forever. They have the longest, best stamina of any predator out there on the plains. And they'll chase you down. And I understand, listen, how do homeboys tell me, ladies? Persistence wears down resistance. And it's true. You know that guy you known for 8 years that's been asking you out for 8 years, and he's been in the friend zone for 8 years. And one day, all of a sudden, from a specific angle, he looks cute. He's never been your type, ever. But you drop your guard, and then you want to go out with somebody that you never would normally go out with in the first place. Guys do the same thing. Don't drop your standards. Don't change your type unless your type has been getting you fucked over. That's the difference. You know, sometimes, you know, like girls, if you're always dating drug dealers, you're always dating guys with a bunch of baby mamas or he's a dog. Come on, if that keeps happening to you, yeah, you do need to change that. But sometimes it requires soul searching to know if you're shortchanging yourself. You know if you're dropping your standards or if you're changing something. Just, you know, some people get lonely. Some people are tired of trying. So they're like, let's see. No, I'll never do that. And I got female friends that are interested. It's never going to happen. If I wasn't interested in you from the beginning, it's not going to happen now. You know what I mean? You know, like for, you know, it's that initial attraction and all that stuff. You know, like, yeah, I know working with somebody or being somebody's friend for years, sometimes you can, you know, develop an attraction for each other. But like, listen, the girls, look, the female friends that I've done anything with, it's real small number. It's like maybe 2. I thought they was hot from the beginning. You get what I'm saying? You know, one of the hottest makeout sessions I've ever had was with a female friend that we initially had an interest in each other. And it kind of faded because she was always on and off with an ex-boyfriend. Always. So we just stayed cool. But then one time, you know, we were dancing, it got a little heated, and then it kept happening. And was like, all of a sudden, when you come to the club this weekend, hey, what you doing? You know, this and that. Yeah, then it just kept getting more and more to it. It was like, yo, this is more than just friends, because this is gonna go, and it did go somewhere. You know what I mean? So, you know, Shayna, I'm preaching. No. I mean, your taste may change as you get older, as you date, but don't shortchange yourself. Like I got a friend that she always dates. Well, she used to. Now she's just anybody that'll show her attention, and I mean this. Like I'm serious. Anybody that'll show her attention, that has anything that she could possibly latch on to, she'll date him. You know what I mean? So like, she used to only date pretty boys. Only pretty boys, you know what I mean? Dudes that were pretty. Like girls would be like, oh girl, how'd you get that? Oh, where'd you get like that type of guy, you know, just physically good looking. But you know, they wouldn't have shit else going for them. They would be abusive, they would steal from her, they would cheat on her, they would crash her car, you know, stuff like that. Like, and this would happen, you don't understand. This would happen all the time. And I mean consistently. Man after man after man after man after man. I've known her since MySpace, since the pinnacle of MySpace. I've known her since that long, and since that long, I ain't even write English, is it? I've known her for that long. So, and me and her like are really close in a specific way. And for us to be friends, and we're both born on the same date in the same hospital. It was crazy, like, you know what I mean? That like we're they're close in that way, you know. And she is my total opposite. She's me ruled by depression rather than positive energy. She's like the total opposite of me. You know what I mean? If there's an alternate universe or alternate universes, one of me is like her. He's all fucked up. Dating girls over and over that's taking him for his money, that's cheating on him, that's stealing from him, giving him diseases. You know what I mean? Like she is just unbelievable that she lets dudes do this to her. So what she decided to do was, well, I'm gonna give other guys chances. So it turns out now that she started dating okay guys to ugly guys, guys that are too young that she normally wouldn't date. All these guys are doing the same thing the pretty boys were doing. And you know why? Because she hasn't changed internally. You know, when something happens to you over and over and over and over and over again, a lot of times it ain't the world. It's not other people's fault, it's your fault. You've been doing stupid shit over and 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 over again, and you don't realize it because you don't want to accept the blame. I told y'all I gotta figure out why I attract hoes. I attract hoes. Like I attract girls that just, you know, they've given their vagina out to way more men than I'm comfortable with. I just don't understand. You know, I don't get it. You know, I don't understand. Like I'm trying to figure out what, you know, and I think I've figured out what it is in me that attracts girls that are hoes. I think I know what it is. I think it's the fact that I like a specific physical type of woman. And usually, I don't want to even say usually, half the time, those women have been ran through. You know what I mean? And I think that's why. It's a specific look that I go for. And when certain women are really sexually attractive, you know, I think half of the time, some of them are good girls, and half the time, some just they go with it. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to this chick that had a stripper pole in her fucking house. Like, you know what I mean? You got a stripper pole in your house. I'm sorry, you know, I like a lot of traditional values in a chick. You know, I like a good woman that's loyal, never cheated. You know, she's all about her man. But she can be the nastiest hoe in the bed for you. But you know, I like it. Like, here's the thing with women: the whole sexual freedom thing, and well, if men do it, and slut shaming and slut walks and all that shit. See, to me, it's the further side of the spectrum of sexuality with women. Like, to me, slut walks and I can fuck with anybody who I want and I'm a free spirit. Whenever I see free spirit on a girl's dating profile, next, swipe left. Because every time I hear a woman say they a free spirit, it means you fuck who you want to fuck when you want to fuck as many times as you want, and you do one night stands. Like, I don't like that. I'm just not down with that shit. I think there are specific occasions where there may be such an energetic connection that you have with another person when you first meet them that it leads to sex, but it's not a one night stand. Like you two, it's like you're together every day after that. Like you get together. That's that type of relationship y'all move in within a month of talking. You know what I mean? It's like that type of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, this chick was like that. I do what I want. and this and that, and like she would just, like God, like really. I had to get rid of her. We both got rid of each other the same day. The only reason why she got rid of me first is because my phone was slower. She ended up blocking me, and then I blocked her on everything else. I was like, bitch, me and you both, trust me, that wasn't gonna work. And you know what? I'm too forgiving too. Sometimes I'm nicer than I should be with women. So I get my boundaries as a man tested a little further than they should be. When put it this way, I don't get rid of women when I should. That's what happens. Like it never goes anywhere near as far as what happens to my friend all the time. But sometimes, I'll be like, you know what? I was trying to give her a second chance because she said this the first time I met her. But I was like, all right, well, let me get to know her. Not everything I think is always correct. Let me get to know this person. Maybe this, maybe that, and then they prove me right because of a precursor that I heard, in a 3-hour conversation that we had on our first date. But I let it go because I liked a lot of other things. You know what I mean? Look, nobody's perfect, but I like to find someone perfect for me. I don't mind if a woman has flaws, but just be perfect for me. You know what I mean? But there's certain things, if you have certain standards, don't let them go. You know? One of mine is just, women that have a really long sexual past. That's one of my things. I don't play with, you know what I mean? And everybody's got their ruler though, you know what I mean? Some guys, if you've been with over 5 guys in your lifetime, that's gonna bother them. Some guys might say 10. Some might say 15, 20, 25, 30. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their rule. Some guys don't have a rule. Some people like the past is the past. I'm not like that. I'm a believer in the past is very relevant to who you are today. It lets me know where you're from and how you got here. Now, I don't, you know, I don't want to use the word judge. Everyone judges. I don't want to exactly say I'm going to judge you on your past. I'm going to judge. I make what's the proper word here? A educated guess on how things are going to go with who you introduce to me versus, well, not versus, and we, getting to know you, know who you are and all this other stuff. Like I dated a chick who was gang raped. You know what I mean? She told me her story, and at first it was just like, oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. Ooh, no, she's a nice girl. She's this and she's that, and she's smart, and she's. But I was like, oh man, it was like 10 dudes too. And I was just like, oh my god. The whole thing is, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. You know what I mean? And um, you know, me and her eventually just grew apart at one point, but she had begged me to continue to see her because she said that her past doesn't make her, and I understood that, but she wanted a chance to show people that she was a good person because they had kind of followed her, and she was accused of being a hoe when she was actually drugged. It was like some real serious shit, y'all. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's real messed up. But then, I met a couple of chicks who willingly went to the 50. Y'all have been watching me for. Went to the 50 men mark and higher. One chick told me she used to prostitute herself when she was in college. I was like, oh my god, no! You don't understand how strong the connection was with this particular one. Like this one was like, yo, like I I've only had that type of connection with a chick maybe 2 other times in my life. You remember, I'm 40. So to meet 3 genuine connections like that, I mean, like, where it's like, yo, like, this might be the one within, a very short amount of time, like, and she told me she prostituted herself and she was in group shit and I was just like, oh my God. And she was telling me all this, like she admitted to kind of being a gold digger. And I was just like, oh my God. But at the same time, she was such a fucking sweetheart. It was strange. And I'm actually open to being cool with her nowadays. But oh man, that drove us apart because we had like a coming to Jesus moment where we were just telling each other about our past and opening up. And after she revealed all this stuff to me, she felt dirty. She was just like, oh my God, you are a saint. You are an angel compared to me. You deserve so much better than me. Oh my God, she was crying and she was fucked up after she revealed all that stuff to me. And here's the good nature in me. I actually, even after she told me all that stuff, because I was like, that's her past. That's her past. Leave it behind. Try to leave it behind. Because it's all this and that you connect on. I tried to still get to know her. And she ended up just kind of dropping out of my life and kind of faking being busy and all that stuff because she couldn't take it. She couldn't take it. Because when it came for my turn to tell her my faults and things in the past, what was the worst thing I've ever done? She was like, that's it. No, I willingly got gangbanged, and I willingly prostituted, and I willingly kind of gold dig, and I do this and I do that, and you know what I mean? Like she just, I know, y'all. That's just, crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. The one chick though that I had a connection with that I never got a chance to see what happened. She ended up getting married to this one dude and having a little daughter. The daughter was just like a little cute thing. Daughter's like maybe 2. And I still wonder about her to this day sometimes. To this day, I still wonder about her sometimes because I'm just like, I wonder because I met her while I was in a relationship with somebody, and it was just such now that I think about it, I may have had, yeah, I'm trying to think. Put it this way, there's probably maybe more than 3. Maybe I've had 5 connections that are similar. Only 2 have been extremely strong. Like you feel like it's fate. Like this is fate. Like, this is the heavens and stars aligning. But I've had like maybe 5 really strong connections in my life, and never. A couple of them I had a chance to see where they went, and a couple of them was just like, God, man, why was I? There was an opportunity for me with this one, and I tell you the truth, I should have broke up with who I was with to just check, see where it would have went with this chick. But I don't know. That chick she was also a little off. She was a little off. I remember, but it was just, some of y'all know this story, man. I met her at an event, and when I came back from the event, like the ride back home was a long ride, and me and her just bonded. She sat next to me. It was one of those things where it's like, hey, is this seat taken? That type of thing. No, go ahead, sit down. And I had saw her the night before at a party at this event. And I was like, who's that out there dancing? I was like, man, she's sexy. And I remember, and then before that, we were at an event. She was in front of me, and I was checking out the booty. And I mean, I figured out who it was when I saw her dancing. I was like, I think that's the same chick. So then she ended up sitting next to me, and I would say this is probably the most wrong I ever did while I was in a relationship. I guess you could say I guess you could say in a way it was cheating, but we had this conversation for hours because the drive was like 8 or 9 hours long on this bus, and by the end of this bus ride, we were holding hands. We were holding hands. Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck just happened? I didn't kiss her, nothing like that. I told her I had a chick, but it was nuts. It was nuts until this day. And I'm friends with her on Facebook too. I might just say something to her one day just to see how she's doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was weird. What happened was basically she left me alone after that bus ride because she knew, you know, that it. She knew it was right to leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Because she, excuse me, if I saw her enough, because we both basically kind of worked together. If I saw her enough, I wouldn't have put it this way. I didn't kiss her. I didn't have sex with her. Yes, I held her hand, but I would have broken up with the girl I was with. I would have. It just it would have happened. It's been clear, and to this day, like clearly it was the better choice. But I personally don't like dating women with children. But I will give a woman a chance if she has the right qualities. Just because you deal with baby daddies and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But mm. Yeah, yeah, I didn't need karma biting me in the ass. That's why I didn't do nothing. And it's good she was a good chick because I don't know, like if she had pursued me and if she was strong about it, because she was fucking hot. She was fucking hot. I'm telling you. Nice. And since since I've known her though, she's lost a lot of weight. Like a lot of weight because she really got hardcore in the fitness. Like she already was in shape, but she got hardcore to the point where, you start really looking really, really thin. Like it was bad. Like I was like, damn, I can see your breastbone now. Like, ooh, wee, what happened to you, girl? Before she had that soft, feminine curves and all that, and nice flat tummy, and she was nice. She was nice, but I was like, damn, girl, what are you doing? Fuck out of here, James. That corny shit trying to get my attention. Nah, she probably don't watch me. She knows who she is, though. Like if she heard me talking right now, she knows who she is. But I highly doubt she watches me. I saw her in the gym one time. She didn't even recognize me. I was just watching her. I was watching her working out. She was real intense. She was like in the zone. I was looking at her, and she was like just stick thin. Like I don't mind dating thin women, but I like them thin with curves. And I was looking at her. I was like, damn. And you see, like wasn't even really. All right, this dude's an idiot. First block of the day. So anyway, um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, she was just way too thin for me at this point. I was just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, I did miss an opportunity. We actually talked about it later. She got really into like energy and healing and all that type of stuff and soulmates and all that stuff. And I actually had a conversation with her because we were talking about that, and I asked her what she thought it was that happened to us, and I forgot what she said she thought it was. I forgot what she said she thought it was. She didn't exactly call us, so because what I hear is, I think a life partner is who you're supposed to marry, but you can have many soulmates. Many people confuse soulmates for life partners. Soulmate is the person person that you're supposed to be with, and there can be several soulmates. Wait, you can have several life partners, but usually one is what they call a twin flame, which is like the most right person for you out of all of them. Like there's no one more right for you than that person. So you can have many life partners that you could marry and be together with forever, and it'd be just wonderful, blissful relationship. But then there's soulmates soulmates can be friends, they can be family, maybe strangers that you meet that are meant to come in and out of your life. But they are meant to specifically influence you in certain ways. But the life partners are who you're supposed to have that romantic relationship with. So I think that she said that she felt as though I was a soulmate. That's fine. Because judging as how thin she got, I would have had a problem with that later on in the relationship. I'm like, baby, like you've been getting a little, changing what I'm used to here. Okay. Okay. If I grew titties and got a pot belly, you might have an issue. So, yeah. I don't know if I've met a life partner before, but I've definitely met some soulmates in my lifetime. Definitely met some soulmates. Definitely. Hmm. And only one chick I ever told I loved first. Like she thought it was just something about her. I hate her guts to this day, but uh, actually I don't hate her guts. The way we ended it, she 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 made me tear into her. She made me. She was like basically like, yeah, I did this and I did that, and I was like, okay. You know when you got a trump card and you wasn't going to use it because you too good of a person? I was just like, bow. Mm. What do you think about that? She flipped the card table over and ran out of the casino. That's how badly I killed her with that. Yeah, she had it coming. That was all karma. Trust me. I've told the story before. A lot of you already know, but stuff she did, I was like, okay, nah, nah. Oh, when now you want to put the cherry on top by talking to me, like, okay. She ain't had nothing to say after that. Thank you very much, Dirty Birdie. You know what's funny? I had a chick do one time. Okay, so I moved into a new place, and this chick kind of had delusions of grandeur of what our relationship was. We had dated at one time, and then we didn't see each other for a while, and she wanted to try dating me again. So, um, we turned into bed buddies basically. So we were bed buddies off and on for a little while, and I moved into a new place. So I knew, getting new furniture and everything, and so I had a new bed. And one time she came over like a couple of months after I moved in, Now remember, we were bed buddies off and on. So that would mean that in between, I probably do talk to other chicks or date other women when I'm not dealing with you. Like, it really was like, I might not see her for 2 months, literally not even talk to her for 2 months. Then I might, in the middle of that, I might start dating a chick and I'm not seeing her at this time. You know what I mean? So I had already christened the bedroom. It's just so funny to me because she's just so fucking delusional that she thought we were supposed to be. Like, you know, if I could, trust me, if I could tell you the stuff this chick did and has done, the fact that she thought that we were supposed to be together, like a subscriber on my channel would be able to tell her, you know, you're not the type of woman he wants to settle down with, right? Like, you claim you know this guy, but I don't think you do. I watch his channel periodically, and I don't think that you. I mean, she should have known. But anyway, so she says to me, "Can I stay the night?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can stay the night if you want." And she was like, "Yeah, because you got Chris in that bed." And I was like, "It's already been christened." When I tell you that she was fucked up, she was fucked up. Like, her eyes got as wide as saucers. She was just like, oh my God. I'm like, did you think I was saving it for you? Like, look, this might even seem dickish to y'all, but if you don't know the girl and you don't know us and our relationship, you can't say nothing about this. Like, I was like, I ain't seen you in 3 months. I've been moved in for 2. And for some wild reason, we haven't talked on the phone, and you think I saved my new bed for you. Are you crazy? I mean, you out living life, doing whatever you're doing. But for some reason, like Haley's comment, we supposed to somehow roam around and meet up only with each other every few months, and you're the only girl that I have any type of relationship with or any sexual. Yeah, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, I mean, I tell you, she was fucked up. Like she was just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe you. Like I said, you're nuts. I told her, I said, you're nuts. Why would you think that I would even wait? Who knows? God, you're out there doing God knows. Huh? She is hilarious till this day. She is one of the funniest chicks that I think I've ever dated. She's hilarious. But I just don't understand how someone could be that delusional. I just don't. You know, I don't. I need advice on this. Do you think my ex was already cheating on me when she gets with some guy about 5 months after we broke? 5 months after you broke up? Why? No, she that doesn't say she was cheating on you 5 months after you broke up. How about 5 days after you broke up? I had that happen. Well, I don't want to say I had that happen. I had something similar happen to me where it was like a chick that started. I was like, wait a minute, you know. And then I come to find out, you knew this dude. You knew, huh? You would together for 3 years and she gets with a guy 5 months after. No, man, that doesn't say that she was cheating on you. But look, 3 months. I know certain people's 3 months is a marker for for being able to date without rebounding. Some people say. I think some people take longer than 3 months. 6 months, I think, is a safe mark, though. 6 months is a safe mark, I think. At least for me, it is. But I usually, I've trained myself to kind of to get over trauma of a breakup rather quickly. So for me, I'm usually able to see pretty clearly very early. But that's not most people. Most people rebound. Now, if you told me 5 days after, then yeah, of course she was cheating on you. Okay, well, see now, Rodriguez, now you're telling me more. Why don't you tell me all the parts to the story before you ask me that? Yeah, but do you know? Well, if you find out if that was the guy, then something probably was going on. Keegan said most soulmates are the girls that cook, that act like your mom and can cook. Bruh, I tell you, cooking is a great, great skill. And because I had a mom that was such a fucking saint, you know what I mean? Like I have a high standard for women, you know? Uh, yeah, you can type all of it. You type it all and then you hit send. So I can see the whole thing. So, like a lot of y'all don't know this, my mom was gonna be a nun. Like literally was going to be a nun. And you're going, well, how did you? Because I am one of God's children. Immaculate conception. Told you I'm immortal. Anyway, um, she was the classic case of the good girl that was, seduced by the town dog, by one of the dogs, the guys that was running through women and had her as the good woman at home, but was just running the streets, cheating on her all the time. But she went to the convent, and when she went to the convent, to cut the story short for a lot of y'all that already heard it, a lot of the women were lesbians, and she got a bad feeling. And she told me, she was like, she let me know in so many words. When I was a kid, and I asked her, she let me know in so many words that the fact that she found out that they were lesbians in there was the reason why she did not become a nun. You know what I'm saying? So I got a mother that was going to be a nun. You know? Yes, my mom had her faults, but man, she was a very good woman. She was, man. So, it's different for dudes that grow up whose mom's a hoe. I feel for the guys whose mom's a hoe. That's the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? Is to have a mom that's a hoe and you know it. You know what I mean? Like that's I wouldn't wish that. No, I would. I'd wish it on my worst enemy. But I'm not a textbook good guy. Certain bad things happen to people because they fucking deserve it. But yeah, man, she was gonna be a nun. So like, that's probably one of the reasons. They could be. I don't know. One of the reasons why I don't like girls with a real checkered sexual past. You know what I mean? Kind of loud out there. What the fuck is that? Okay. Why is the girl that liked me and texting me being hesitant about getting her a gift as if her wait. Why is the girl that liked me and texted me being hesitant about getting her gift as if her family is gonna see me also ain't get no text from her today? The fuck are you talking about, bruh? Please, if you're gonna come here and ask me a question, please, you gotta be able to ask me a question properly in English. I get the feeling some type of right, Shayna? I get the feeling I might have to look at your Facebook profile, Shayna. I like that pic, by the way. I have to see what you look like up close. Anyway, um, uh, I feel like he's asking me some Christmas question shit, and she don't want to be with him. That's why she don't want a gift from him or something like that. That's what I feel like. He's something's going on with that. You know what I mean? No problem, Rodriguez. No problem. So, Shayna, make sure all your video, your pictures are public when I stalk you. Okay, make sure they're all public and all the sync booty shots is public too. What am I doing for Christmas? I don't celebrate Christmas. Grew up Jehovah's Witness. Just got used to it. I save a ton of money every year. So unless I'm with a person, like I'm with a chick, like she may say, "Oh, there's Merry Christmas there. You wanna come by?" Okay, fine. I don't celebrate. Yeah, I save money, and creep further to financial freedom every year, rather than going into debt every year. If I did celebrate Christmas, though, everybody be getting Christmas cards. It's the thought that counts, right? Ain't this about our Lord and Savior's birthday? All right. You ain't got to worry about no goddamn gift card or flat screen from me. Excuse my language. Praise the Lord. Yeah. Like, I know people that literally have problems paying their phone bill, paying their rent, paying their car payments. And, but they somehow manage to get Christmas presents for everybody. I mean, like expensive shit, stuff that, like, what? That you was just complaining about. But I guess they're using those credit cards and anything. I remember reading something about how much debt people go into every year because of Christmas, and I thought, it was my first time where I was just like, wow, like, like this that holiday bothers me to my core because it's such a cash grab. It really there's a lot of pressure on people to get presents, and I think it fucks things up. Like, first of all, Jesus, if he was real, he wasn't born in the damn winter anyway. So to me, I'm like, well, then the holiday's based on a fucking lie. So your God says don't lie, but you celebrate his birthday on a lie. That makes sense. Okay. And you lie to your children about a fat motherfucker that comes down the chimney with reindeer and magic and eating cookies and drinking your milk and leaves. Like, there's so much tangled up in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like lies built on lies built on lies. It's about our Lord and Savior's birthday. And you're not supposed to lie. It just, to me, it's such a fabricated, false fuckery. It's a holiday of fuckery to me. I ain't gonna hate on you for doing it. A lot of people just do it because they get to be around their family. Whatever, you can't get to, because a lot of times it's kind of like the family won't get together unless it's a special occasion. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's the only time I get to see my family and friends. I really don't give a fuck about the presents, but I get to see them and I love my family. I get it. I just say, if you're going to do something, just don't be blind the way you do it. You know what I mean? You're not going to be blind. Just don't be blind to what you're doing. If you're gonna do something and you're gonna be a hypocrite or something, okay, okay, as long as you acknowledge it, but don't act like Aaron, I don't. I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so they don't celebrate any holidays. So I just got used to not celebrating holidays. So I don't have a favorite holiday. I mean, to me, they're all regular days. I've just gotten used to it. Like there's time. I literally almost forgot my birthday this year. I did. I was 2 days. It was 2 days before my birthday when I was like, "Holy shit, my birthday's in 2 days." You know what I mean? But they don't celebrate nothing. They don't celebrate birthdays, no Valentine's Day, no Christmas, no Thanksgiving, no political holidays because they believe in being neutral politically. Yeah, I mean, so whatever. I don't get my hands dirty or soiled with a lot of things because of growing up that way. Right. They won't take other people's blood because they don't believe in taking blood into the body after it's been out of the body. So, I mean, just let me tell you something. There's so many messed up laws in religion and interpretations. So I'll see Christians fighting each other. They're not a real Christian. They're not a real Christian. You, according to your Bible, both of you are not real Christians. Both of you. And I don't know how they overlook it. There's people that they're in their religion, they don't even look at their own doctrine. Kills me. Kills me. That's one of the reasons why I'm not religious anymore. Because there's certain things I was just reading that I just didn't agree with. And I was just like, no, something's wrong, something's not right. And if the book says this, why are we doing this? No, the book says this, so why are you doing that? And I saw that same flaw with a few other Christian denominations, so I was just like, whatever. I'm done with religion. There's a bunch of other things that irritated me about religion too. One thing's the power and control. The power and control. The power and control. So, yeah. If there is a God, he knows what will convince me that he's real. And he will reveal himself to me. And then I will know what the proper religion is. And I will be saved. And whatever the doctrine of that religion is. And whether it's Muslim, whether it's Christianity, whether it's one of the thousands of Hindu gods, whether it's Buddha, someone will reveal themselves to me. And then I will be a religious person again. But until then, I'm just chilling. I'm not just some savage heathen. Some people are like, all right, just ain't religious because you don't want to follow any rules. I'm not a guy that gets into trouble. I'm not a thief. I'm not a liar. I'm not a, womanizer. I'm not greedy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a lot of these classic faults that a lot of people have to kind of go to religion to, like some people are just, they're greedy, gluttons, some people are just, they can't control their penis. Some, they're liars. Some people have the evil streak. They love hurting people, murderers. I'm not a criminal, I'm not, I lead a good life. Yeah, well, he said Scientology's kind of crazy. Yeah, well, if you sit back and you look at a lot of religions, a lot of them are crazy. It took me a while to get to this point to say stuff like that, but some religions, if you just sit back and look like, okay, yeah, oh, okay, right, and she got pregnant without having sex. Okay, in one story, there was a tree and a snake. They could talk. Okay. All right. There's a flood, and they got every single. You know how many species of animals? You tell me they got them all on this wooden box or ship or whatever they want. Some people say it's a boat. Some people say no. Okay. He died and he came back 3 days. All right. Okay. He wasn't really dead. Oh, he was really dead? Okay. All right. There's just some stuff that just happens, and I'm just like, and it's all based on faith. So it's kind of like, you don't have any proof for anything. You just have to believe, and that's a cop out for when anybody can use that. So say if there is one true religion, because everybody says they got it right? But if there is one true religion, the fact that faith is used to back like anything that can't be explained, someone with a false religion can use that to deceive people. They just gotta have faith. Okay. Now you got faith, I'm good to go. You know what I mean? So I need some concrete proof of some stuff. Not a book or books. They're thousands of years old. Everybody says it's real and true. But I would say it's very interesting, though, all these different doctrines all over the planet. You notice how everybody's God, most people's gods look like them? You ever notice that? So everybody's got the one true religion, and the religions all around the world. Ooh, look, his clock says 1:11. Just turned 1:12. It's supposed to mean something when you look at the clock and you see triple digits. Let me see. What does 1:11 mean?
Here's a summary from Doreen Virtue. 1, 11, 111, and 1111 in angel numbers all mean keep your thoughts positive.
Keep my thoughts positive. Okay. So, what was I saying? You ever notice that, like, Indian gods, they look like Indians? Like, at least the ones that are human. They be having elephants and shit as their gods. Like, Asian gods, they look like them. African gods look like Africans. You know what I mean? White people's gods look like them. You know what I mean? But your specific, doctrine is the one true. Yeah, and then they go to wars over it to force you to worship their god. You know what I mean? It's strange. The more I look at it, sometimes it's just some strange stuff. Religion, you know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not even really tired, but I'm just gonna go to bed. I need to get into bed because I keep staying up too late. Yesterday I stayed up to like 3. I don't want to start doing that again. I want to start getting to bed around 10, 11, then waking up around 6 or 7. That rhyme, don't hate the play, I hate the game. Bars, nigga. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. We had a very, very good talk, didn't we, y'all? Bunch of stories and advice and Magnus answers and all that. See y'all again when I feel like rambling. 10 million subscribers. Woo!